junior high school teacher, so this is nothing new to me. My name's Bill Thomas. I'm from 20 miles down the road in a little town, Atlanta, Illinois. We have a population of 1,649 people. At least that was the count last night when I went to bed. And I've not heard any news to the contrary, but I will hear it if something has changed. I have the distinct pleasure of introducing our keynote speaker this morning, whom I do not see in the room, so I may have to speak with you a little longer than I'd anticipated. Oh, he's right there. Okay.
You were telling me there's another keynote.
Where did he go? All right. No, honestly, I wasn't. The last time I met Cory was at the State Tourism Conference, and I've been on Bill Kelly for months and months. Get me in front of Cory Jobe. I need to meet this guy. I need to meet him. I walk up to him. He goes, "Hi, Bill." I think, dang, I know him? How do I know this guy? I know, yeah, we met 2-3 years earlier, and my white hair and advanced age made me forget. But anyway, I was driving up here this morning thinking about this session and Cory and our state of Illinois. And I have to share with you, for those of you who are not from the land of Lincoln, we sort of face some challenges in this state. We have not figured out yet how to pass a state budget, and we're going on 2 years now. We are not exactly the poster child for welcoming new businesses. We struggle with that. And we have wonderfully extreme variations in temperature. It was about 85 degrees on Monday, and welcome to today and this morning. But there are a number of things that we do very well. We have a baseball team in this state, whether you know it or not, who is on its way to a World Series victory, which is fabulous. I'm not a sports fan by any means. That's the game with the glove and the ball, right? Okay, but anyway, even I am thrilled about it. So that's how important it is and how excited we are about it. We also have the beginning of the Mother Road, which we are extremely proud of. We have an excellent Illinois Route 66 Association, an excellent Illinois Route 66 Scenic Byway program, but even more excellent is our Office of Tourism. And we give credit to this gentleman, this morning's keynote speaker. Cory has a wonderfully varied background. I just found out he is our first tourism director not from the city of Chicago. That's amazing in this state, but it's wonderful. He's from way downstate in the other state down there in southern Illinois. But he also is a tireless advocate for Illinois and Route 66 in particular. I was giving him a hard time earlier. I don't believe the man is ever not in his car traveling somewhere else to meet new people associated with tourism in Illinois so that he can better market them. So you're in for a real treat to meet our good friend Cory. Would you join me in welcoming?
Well, good morning. Before I get started, it's great to be here, and Bill, my hair would be as great as yours. Trust me, it would. I might get rid of this man. Thinking of the Chicago Cubs, you think about, I've been a lifelong Cub fan before I get going with my formal remarks. And, the Chicago Cubs and what the Ricketts family is doing in terms of building that team. The Cubs are one of the top sports tourism teams in the country. So Wrigley Field and the Chicago Cubs is a destination in itself. And if you haven't been up to Wrigley Field and what they're doing there, it's going to be even a much more cooler destination, unique destination. Again, thank you for having me today. As Bill said, I have a varied past, and I said this with a group just a few minutes ago. Jeff, I'll let you know when I get to my formal, sorry. Jeff's going to advance my slides for me. I come to this job, Governor Rauner appointed me almost 2 years ago, and I came to the job through a different avenue from typical the 5 previous state travel directors. I cut my teeth in the economic development and financial world, spent many years as the state director of economic development for the state treasury, then went to the private sector for 5 years and did millions of dollars in new market tax credit, historic preservation tax credit deals in 3 states. And then came back to state government and was the Deputy Chief of Staff of the State Controller's Office, where we took an $8 billion budget deficit and got bills down to $4 billion before we left. And then the governor asked me to take on, he actually offered me 2 jobs. I didn't say this earlier. He actually offered me 2 jobs. One day I get a call, and it's the governor. And he wants me to be his director, or his state legislative director. And I said, oh, no. Republican governor and supermajority Democrat Party in both houses. I said, no, thank you. But he says, everybody tells me you're a state tourism director. I said, that's the job I want. And that's how I got here today. So, but it's quite a pleasure to be here. I'm excited to just show all of you what we're doing. Before I begin, and I will begin, Jeff, here in a second. How many are from out of state with us? Oh, wow. Well, welcome to Illinois. And welcome to Illinois. You are a tourist. You are a visitor. I love it. I love it. Spend a lot of money while you're here. And I also want to thank Crystal Howard from the Bloomington Normal Area Convention and Visitor Bureau. We have 40 certified CVBs that work hand in hand, day in and day out with the State Tourism Office. And Gina Gimberling is here from the Springfield Convention and Visitor Bureau, another one of our great stops along the route. But it's vitally important that not only we work with the great Scenic Byway team, headed by Bill Kelly, and the great association headed by Bill Thomas, all of us working together day in and day out. Since becoming, I'm going to start now, Jeff. Since becoming the Illinois Travel Director, like I said nearly 2 years ago, I said this in the other room, I've spent a lot of time traveling our state. It's a long state, a big state, and I've met with and done presentations to over 120 groups talking about the value and importance of the tourism industry and really turning it in terms of an economic engine. But before we're through here today, I hope to convey at least one thing, that the Illinois tourism industry is a vital part of our economic success, the economic turnaround of the state. It is, and some people will look at me when I say that, but it's true. And the goal of our office at the Illinois Office of Tourism is to improve the quality of life benefits for all Illinois residents, which is why destination marketing is about more than getting people just to visit our state. Why do we heavily invest in destination marketing? It's important because we're not only inspiring travel to the state, but we really want visitors to take their next vacation here in the land of Lincoln and to ensure that we can continue to grow and prosper as a state. So what does tourism mean? It supports business growth and job creation. Its viable tourism areas provide places for entrepreneurs to succeed, increasing the viability and vitality of the community. This in turn supports economic growth for the entire city. Downtowns, local attractions, and unique attractions leave lasting impressions on our visitors. Healthy commercial districts. I talk a lot about this because a healthy commercial district reflects a community that cares, right? Downtown Atlanta, pretty healthy commercial district. You can tell they care. And economically strong commercial districts serve as an anchor for the community and represent consistent economic growth. We call all of these direct and indirect benefits of travel what we call a halo effect. And they impact both our local and state economy. Many of us in this room are personally touched by the Illinois travel industry. Before I go to the next slide, I want to talk about how destination marketing, why it's so vital and why it's so important. That's at the hub, or the catalyst, of quality of life benefits, of creating jobs, raising a community or destination's profile, strategic events. The Mayor Stott was talking about that this morning, how these strategic, unique events are important. And then the transportation networks that we have, from roads to the trains to airports, etc. Destination marketing is at the core of all that. But, we talk a lot about numbers. I said it earlier in the room. We talk about the economic impact numbers, talk about how many visitors come to the state. But when was the last time that we really thought further than numbers? Who really benefits, or what the tourism industry, how it's impacting people? Maybe you know a hotel executive who started at the reservation desk and is now thriving in his or her career. this industry has a lot of room for advancement. Or consider all the families that are supported by your businesses, businesses that rely on the visitor industry for continued growth and success. And think about all the attractions around Illinois that provide enjoyment to local residents, but also need visitors to sustain growth. Well, Route 66 is one of those attractions that does in fact attract visitors from all over the world. The Mother Road is an iconic destination, and each year the road draws visitors from around the country and world looking to experience the classic Americana road trip. Many of Illinois' tourism promotional activities focus on Route 66, including local and national media outreach, social media promotion, and website content. In fact, each year, we host a number of international journalists on media familiarization or fan trips to experience Illinois, and many of them come to drive Route 66. Before I step on, I know Ellie's here from Pontiac, just to give you an example of how we host a lot of travel writers, and we host a lot of travel writers in Pontiac. The mayor of Pontiac is in Pontiac today, and my deputy director has, I think we have 12 travel writers from China that have been in Chicago, and they want to get out and see Route 66, and we're taking them to Pontiac today, and we're pretty excited about that. Just this April, we brought over a journalist from the United Kingdom to drive Illinois Route 66 from Chicago to Alton. Along the way, he documented his trip through Instagram, sharing images like the ones you see on the screen. And last fall, we had the opportunity to host a group of China travel writers as they traveled part of Route 66 from Chicago to Pontiac, different group today. The trip resulted in terrific coverage of Route 66, including an online placement with Condé Nast Traveler in China. We couldn't afford that kind of placement. None of us could. So it's pretty unique how we work with travel writers. We typically host 30 to 50 a year, and the economic impact that has in terms of the impressions alone is just, we couldn't afford it, just invaluable. Seeing the fanfare that Route 66 creates, many cities in Illinois have capitalized on this as an opportunity to bring tourism to their town. A great example of this is in Pontiac. Pontiac is a small town that within the past several years took a hold of its Route 66 identity and has since flourished as a destination. Today, this is one of the #1 stops for Route 66 travelers because of its historic charm and Route 66 centric attractions. I can tell you this, Ellie's out there working the trade shows. People, I said this earlier, Bill Kelly had me in Pontiac a year ago. And I swear to him, I thought he planned it, but no way he could have planned it. But Bill, there was what, 15, 20 or more international visitors from different groups all around the world in Pontiac on a Friday, I think it was a Friday afternoon, and I was just awed by that. And if you haven't been out-of-town visitor, out-of-state, haven't been to Pontiac, the mayor is so delightful. And the international people just love it. They love this mayor, and we love it because he's such a great asset and promoter of what Route 66 is. A bit further south in Litchfield, Illinois, has also embraced its Route 66 history and has created several attractions and events to put itself on the map. Local spots like U-Belt's Restaurant and Bakery and the Ariston Cafe keep Route 66 alive and well. And the opening of the Litchfield Museum that you see here in the Route 66 Welcome Center in 2012 has helped preserve the nostalgia and important local history surrounding Route 66. They've also had a lot of fun community events that serve opportunities to bond over the Mother Road's history. In fact, coming up in just a few weeks, Litchfield will host a Route 66 half marathon, 5K, and mile dash, just in time to celebrate the road's 90th anniversary. There are also communities in Illinois that are beginning to capitalize on their Route 66 heritage, and we thank them for that. Carlinville is a great example. Anybody here from Carlinville? I know Staunton's just right up the road. But there's somebody from Carlinville. This past summer, Bill and I had the chance to go to Carlinville as part of a Shop Local First visit. Shop Local First is what it says, Shop Local First. Small business owners encouraging people to shop local in the community. And we had the opportunity to tour the town, and I love the square in Carlinville, very historic, full of fantastic shops, great bars and restaurants. But Bill took me by this building, and I just went crazy over it. Because this building is the old county jail. And it's really a unique old county jail. Beautiful in itself, but a unique experience and opportunity that the group at Carlinville and community leaders are trying to save. And we create this as a unique attraction, What I like about the road, and what I like about what's happening in Carlinville and Litchfield and Pontiac, that there are a variety of unique, authentic, one-of-a-kind attractions that are just waiting to be discovered. Unique, authentic, one-of-a-kind attractions that are waiting to be discovered. That's what the visitor industry wants. That's what they travel for. And it's full in Route 66. What I love about this old Macoupin County Jail, there's so much potential there, but it's an experience that's, I should have put up the pictures of inside the jail, because it was pretty cool if they didn't touch it from there on. I mean, it's pretty cool. I could just see you taking a tin cup and running it up and then buy that tin cup. Very unique. The Macoupin County Jail is A, historic, B, unique, and C, tells the authentic story, and really it has the potential as the next big roadside attraction along the route. Like I said, the entire square is quaint, filled with a great number of local shops that the visitors want to see. In Carlinville, I just don't know if everybody quite gets what a gold mine they have there. It's quite unique. And in Springfield, one of the most memorable stops for years, as we all know, along the road was Mr. Shea and his gas station. And unfortunately, we lost a great leader of the industry and a great champion. He's no longer with us, and neither is the location. But the Fulgenzi family, if anybody knows Springfield, the Fulgenzi family at 9th and Sangamon, been a state fair staple for decades. They've now taken a little piece of what Mr. Shea had and are remaking and recreating the history of Route 66 at Fulgenzi's Pizza and Pub right there at 9th and Sangamon. And not only is a small business owner embracing the historic Route 66 and the asset that it can be, but the city of Springfield as well. I happen to know this because not only am I the state tourism director, I'm also an elected official in Springfield. I'm a city council member and represent a lot of the unique Lincoln sites in the downtown. But the city council just recently is creating and setting a new TIF district for the Sangamon and 9th Street corridor that really needs some help. And it was really this family and small business owner that really took the next step, personally invested a lot of money to purchase and move and become the anchor that really should have been developed a long time ago. So it's pretty neat what's happening there. As you all know, this is no surprise, the Mother Road turns 90 this year. And this special anniversary provides another prime opportunity to celebrate and promote Illinois' location on the route and the local Route 66 experiences. Route 66 is one of Illinois' most compelling travel offerings and is an especially powerful tool for recruiting international visitors to travel here. From Chicago to Pontiac to Litchfield to the small town of Atlanta and down south to Edwardsville, there are countless examples across the state of communities capitalizing on the Route 66 heritage to drive an increase in visitor growth and visitor spending. The 90th anniversary has been a big focus of our social media content and public relation efforts throughout the year. And we've also hosted a variety of Route 66 themed events to make the anniversary an extra special memorable one. For example, in July, we hosted a pop-up event at Chicago's very own Beau Trust Coffee Shop, located just steps from the Mother Road's historic starting point, complete with Route 66 artifacts from our friends in Berwyn, classic cars, and sample of Beau Trust's brand new Route 66 themed coffee blend. This on-the-ground activation, we seek to encourage Chicagoans to get out and travel Illinois' Route 66. We were really focused on getting our own Illinoisans out and discovering the road. And just a few weeks ago, we hosted another event in Chicago, a 5K fun run with Fleet Feet Chicago to spread the excitement about the anniversary and inspire travelers to plan a road trip along the route. Runners ran past Chicago landmarks like the Route 66 start sign and Lou Mitchell's Diner in downtown Chicago. And in the UK, which is our top selling market, we celebrated the 90th anniversary of Route 66 by literally painting the town. Taking inspiration from some of the beautiful wall dog art that we have here in Illinois, we took over a well-traveled area of London for a month with a large-scale Route 66 theme mural that you see right here. The unveil included a street party for Londoners to celebrate the Mother Road's anniversary, complete with Chicago-style hot dogs and a blues band. Now I'm going to show you a pretty cool video. I think that was pretty cool. So that's just one of the takeover events we do in the UK, and we're getting ready to, and I tell you, it got a lot of coverage too. I mean, it generated a ton of buzz. I mean, just the media impressions alone, again, something we could never have afforded. I mean, we found these two artists. I remember they called me one day, said, "Hey, we found these two spray paint artists. We have an idea for you, Cory." Okay, and they came up with it, and I said, "I love it." And the impacts it got were just amazing. We were on we had such great exposure in some of the major newspapers in London that we had other state travel offices calling us asking, how do we put this event together? And something that we're going to be doing, I just got off a call yesterday with Brand USA, who's the nation's destination management organization partner. We've just been provided the opportunity to do a big out-of-home execution, taking over all the subways in London in the coming months ahead, and Route 66 will play a vital role in that too, so it's going to be pretty neat. So this was a neat activation, a really cool takeover event. It generated a lot of buzz, not only in terms of the media, but consumers who attended. We captured a lot of their information, and also the trade. So not only we covered off on all of our three categories: the trade that helped promote and carry Route 66 product, consumers who want to get to travel here, and the press who continue to write about us, all the great things. To continue the worldwide celebration, our German team attended the first ever European Route 66 Festival event in Germany this past summer. Here our team connected one-on-one with a group of potential international travelers all about what there's all about to see and do, and this was pretty cool. The vehicle here was a photo booth, and it was just so cool. So they got to take home a little memory, capturing their information. We took over this entire event. So these are just a few of the ways that we've been promoting the 90th anniversary this year, and we hope to build on the momentum in the months ahead. You know, we are proud of our Route 66 heritage because it's truly authentic to our state. And just like Route 66, our other marketing initiatives are designed to highlight the authentic experiences that we're proud to say are uniquely Illinois. The Illinois Office of Tourism has been hard at work promoting travel and recently launched a new brand campaign asking a question: Illinois, are you up for amazing? After extensive research, we knew we needed to create something bold and make some noise, not only here across the Midwest of the United States, but around the world. With this new campaign, we want to instill a pride in our great state from the inside out. We need to get Illinoisans excited about traveling the state and showing the pride. The Illinois travel audience has made it clear that they want authentic local experiences. And what fits that description better than Route 66? As part of the new campaign, we are featuring ads that showcase the Mother Road. Atlanta again. This is an example of one of the two-page spreads appearing in print magazines around the world in the UK, Germany, and Japan. It's something that I'm doing this year. We've been out of the print market for a long time, building tourism. I believe in print still today. But what we've done, you're going to be seeing a lot of our print, a lot of publications around the world. But we're buying and we're going in and driving a pretty hard price and demand for doing the inside two-page spread, the inside front cover. So when you open that magazine, we've got the inside cover of the next page, two-page spread. And we've taken, I believe this ad's going to appear in 12 or 13 different international magazines over the next 6 months. And I think it's pretty cool. This is some of our new marketing we're doing. And you'll also see some of our digital ads that are appearing online too. I think that's pretty cool too. We've got a lot of new graphics and images. To build the idea on instilling pride in our state, we're shining a light on the incredible makers and artisans that called Illinois home with a new program called Illinois Made. I talked in the room earlier about how we've done a lot of research, and the millennial traveler is increasing. We need to invest more money. We need to get them excited about Illinois now so we can invest as they age. But it's a risky investment. But one way we're trying to get their attention is through Illinois Made and how that has an impact on Route 66. You know, Illinois Made is highlighting the unique craft beer brewers, pottery makers, farm-to-table chefs, woodworkers, winemakers, glass blowers, you name it, that are making unique things in Illinois. You know, they represent some of the best our state has to offer, and it's because of their entrepreneurial spirit, their passion, their pride, and they make a pretty good product, and now we're connecting them with the industry. In fact, we're featuring two makers right here in the Bloomington area, and one right on Route 66, Epiphany Farms and Funk's Grove Maple Syrup. I know Funk's isn't open. We'll have you advance the next slide. Funk's Grove's not open right now, but the store is open. So let me show you a quick video. Oh, yep, you go ahead. This is a promotional video for it. Nook and cranny of our state is filled with great Illinois maker stories, and we're really showcasing them through video content, through social media content, our website. You can visit at enjoyillinois.com, click on the Illinois Made link, and you can experience all the great makers. And we continue to roll out new makers each quarter. And Route 66 is full of makers, full of great, passionate entrepreneurs who are doing really cool things. And so we think this is a great little tie-in that we can feed up to the millennial market and sprinkle in Route 66. You know, as you can see, we have a lot of things in the works, but let's be very clear. To put it simply, we want to show up in unexpected places with a consistent message that a trip to Illinois can be an amazing experience. That's going to require creativity, partnerships, And all of us joining together to spread the word about Route 66 and Illinois tourism, not only here at home, not only here in the Midwest, but around the world. You know, we have a truly unique travel experience, and I certainly include Route 66 in that category. With the support of all of you here today, the Byway, the Association, the Convention and Visitor Bureaus, the communities all up and down the road, I know that we can continue to develop unique attractions and sites that will encourage visitors to the state of Illinois. I know we'll do our part at the state, but I think it's vitally important that all of you work together to continue to create new product. We're going to help you market. I had a couple slides that I didn't put in here, but the economic value that what we've done in terms of the takeovers and hosting the travel writers, not all of us, we couldn't afford to do that. That's the role of the state office. And we have unique partnerships when we bring travel writers to Pontiac or Springfield or wherever. Pontiac and Springfield help us. They host our travel writers, they host unique dinners for them, and that is immensely appreciated, and you see what we get in return for that. So we've got to continue to build those partnerships, we've got to continue to build product. I said this earlier. Product is key, because without unique product, we won't have repeat visitors. And we need to continue to have repeat visitors to continue to grow the industry. And so, again, thank you for having me today.